Hi everybody, and today we're going to be talking about Lab 25, Applied Lab Digital Forensics. So in this lab, you're going to need to have a browser open, and in my screen setup, I have it side by side so we can go ahead and look at this. So step one, we're going to need to expand our hints for guidance, and we're going to take this website here. And remember, our lab environment does not have internet access, so you need to copy and paste this into your web browser. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to bring this up on the side page. Now we have the digital forensic tool testing images, and we're going to look at, in this one, extended partition test, which is this first one right here. And as you can see, we see this information, and we can go from there. So now what we need to do is we've already finished step one. We could scroll down, and now we're going to switch back to our Skillable Plus Lab, which is this environment here. I have it on the side. So we already are connected to our Kali Linux virtual machine, and we're going to type in our password, root, and we're going to put our password, PA, $W0RD, and we're going to hit enter. So what we need to do is we need to mount, we're done with step three, we're going to need to mount the student resources ISO media and copy its contents to root downloads. So how do we do this? We're going to use, first of all, Linux command to do this. And we're going to mount the image. So we're going to expand our hints for guidance, and then we're going to go right here to terminal emulator, as we've done before. And we're going to do a contents of the CD-ROM first. So you can maximize this, but for this lab, I'm going to keep it like this. You can maximize it yourself and play it on the screen so if you need to follow along. So ls, and we're going to have it list the contents of the media folder and our CD-ROM. And we have some wonderful sound effects today, so at the courtesy of my daughter, so enjoy them while you can, because normally we don't have them. So we've already entered that command, so now we need to use a copy command to move that. And our copy command in Linux is CP. If you want to learn more about the CP command, I invite you to use the man pages. They're going to give you more information on how you could use this. But we're going to go CP, and we're going to specify our media folder, and this asterisk is actually a wildcard where it's going to copy all of those, and we're going to put our destination folder, which is root downloads, and we're going to hit enter. It says it can't start, so let's take a look at the command again and see what we did wrong. All right, so we have CP media, ROM 0, we have the asterisk, we have the space. Let's make sure that there's a space in between. Yes, there is. So we have root and downloads. So let's take a look again here and see what else we need to do. So if you get this error message where it says no file or directory found, it's because we missed a step here. We didn't mount the ISO. So what they want you to do is not use the mount command, but to right-click on the ISO and mount volume. Once you do that, you're able to go past this section. So let's go ahead back and go on that ls command and see what we can do here. And yes, now we have some files there, so let's go back to our copy command, and we should see this. I want to be on the error side of caution, so I'm going to do an ls, and I want to see if there's anything in the root folder, in the downloads folder. So let's go ahead and make sure so we don't have any errors, and if we do, we can fix them now. So let's go ahead. And as you can see, we have our files that they were successfully copied. So let's go ahead and we can check this off now after we fix this issue. We can move on to the next section, and we're going to go ahead and unzip the extend part 1. So to expand this, we're going to go expand the, to unzip the extended part, the one extended part file, we're going to go ahead and we are going to expand the hint for guidance so we can make sure that we have these steps. And again, here we have CD, root, change it to LS, and we're going to do these steps right now. So let's go ahead and do them. So Linux is case sensitive, so make sure that if you had a message that you're going to put the D for capital download so that you can actually change to that directory. Now let's go ahead and type the ls-l command to view the contents of the directory. And now that so let's go ahead and finish what we were starting here, and we type the ls command -l so that we can go ahead and unzip the files right now. So let's go unzip one dash extend dash part dot zip. And this is going to extract the contents to our folder. As you can see, we have it's inflating the files. So now we're going to change our directory to cd space one dot extend dash part. And we're going to go ahead, and now that we have been in that folder, we're going to look at ls-l to where we can go ahead and see the contents. And now that we have these contents, we should be able to see the extend part dash test dash 2.dd. And so let's score this for validation to see if we've gotten a good score. So now we have gotten a good score, so we're going to go ahead and continue on. So let's go ahead and use the fdisk command to display the partition details of the drive. Let's expand our hints for guidance here. And we're going to go ahead and type this command in and execute it. And now we've expanded that we've run that command, and we can see that we have the information expanded. We can see the type of extended, therefore it's a formatable volume. It's the fourth primary partition that's been converted into an extended partition and then further subdivided. We notice that the partition, its sectors, is 15, 52, 32 sectors, and the two items in fdisk are logical drives and partitions of the size of 52, 353, and 53, 37 sectors. So just to give you a quick, how many formatable partitions are displayed by fdisk on the drive image? And there's 5, and you hit score, you should get a congratulations. What are the possible explanations for the unaccounted sectors from the extended partition? Select 2. There's a hidden logical drive and an unused space is not allocated to the logical drive. Those are your answers. So you hit score, you should get a congratulations on there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to use test disk now to go ahead. So let's expand the hints for guidance and see what we have to do. So we have to enter this command right here in order to proceed on. So let's go ahead and enter that command. Now let's go ahead and hit enter here. And now we have some information that we can see the output of test disk is not well organized, so we can enter the reset command and run the test disk command again. So I can digest this, so I'm good. So we're going to go ahead and use FI walk to analyze the drive image and expand the hints for guidance. So let's go ahead and enter that command. And now that we're looking at is in part A, and we will see what we have. And this is the information that we get right now. We can press escape. You can return to the previous page by pressing B or scroll up and down the line. Once we're finished looking at this, we can go ahead and hit Q. Once we're finished, we can hit Q to quit. And press Q again to quit out of the whole thing. So we are done with steps. Let's go back up and put our check marks in. We've done 5. If you haven't checked these off, let's make sure we check them off so we get proper credit for it. 6, 7, 8. And now we're at step 9. So let's take a look at what we are using. We're using the fstat to extract more information about the partitions. We will also need to use MMLS, a TS tool, to determine the location of the hint. So we're going to expand the hints for guidance here, and we're going to go to step A and type this command in. So the fstat extend part dash test dash 2.dd will generate an error message, and that's okay. So we're going to go on to the next command. So now we have entered this command in. We're going to press enter and see what we get. And we get an invalid magic error, and we're supposed to get this. This is going to give us this error message. So we need to move on and go on to the next part and see what the MMLS extend part test 2 does for us. And this will display the layout of the partition in detail for us. So as you can see here, we have our layout of how the partition is set up. So now we're going to try another fstat to see what we get on here, and we hopefully will see the file system information. So let's go ahead and enter. We are at step D, this command right here. And remember, we're entering the information for the sixth partition, which is right in here. So and let's expand those hints for guidance so that we have you have the actual command if you're not familiar with this to do. And it's right here. So we're going to enter this command in and move forward. And now we pulled information from this node so we can see some details of this hidden partition. We see that there's a master boot record, 2 fat partitions, and an orphaned file, or orphaned files in there. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with the iStat tool in the next section. So now we're going to use another TSK tool called iStat to pull the inode information from the hidden partition. So we're going to put this command in to pull this partition information. Notice there's an additional end. There's an additional end of this command. This is to reference the inode for iStat retrieval. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And this is, we are going to have an error with this, and it's basically saying the meta address is too small for image, and it gives us a number 2. So we're going to try to see if we can run another one, and we're going to enumerate the last number from 1 to 2 to see if we can get some different information. And now this gives us information about the root directory. So we're going to go ahead and run another command and see if we can get some more information about the files on this partition, or the structure of this partition. This is giving us information about the second-3 text file, so we can look at see what's written to it, what file attributes it has, and as you can see, the name is second-3.txt. So now we're going to go enumerate to the next one and see what we can find about this, and we're going to enumerate a 4. We just did 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what we get. And again, this is another information about second dash 3.txt, except this is all in caps, so it's a technically different file. So we're finding some information about the files that are here on this structure. So let's go ahead and enumerate one more time to enumerate the last number to 5 and see what we have. So now we're giving an image, we're giving a meta address error message, and basically there's no inode for this. So this basically all the details that we've looked at have been viewed. So there's only 4 inodes in this. So an inode is a file system metadata structure that's used to store and organize file object information such as file size, owner, user, group IDs, permissions, and timestamps. In a forensic image test file of the drive image, the file is a confirmation that you've been viewing the contents of the hidden file partition, which the third logical drive in the which is the third logical drive in the extended partition with 3 primaries, this hidden partition in the 6th formattable volume of the drive image. This is a very small drive, only enough content to prove the concept of a hidden partition. In a real drive production, the system may even be in a real drive from a production system. Even a hidden partition created by an attacker will likely contain a significant number of inodes, meaning that there's going to be more that you have to enumerate and look at. So we are technically done with this section. So let's go on to the next section and wrap up this part of the lab. So right now we need to mount the hidden partition using this command here and view the file contents. So we're going to go ahead and expand our hints for our guidance, and we are going to run this command first and proceed through the couple of steps that we have going on here. So we have to mount the hidden partition first, and we're going to need to create a virtual device from the drive image, and then we're going to enter this following. Once we've done that, we're going to go to step B, where we're going to make a directory on that mount point to create the directory and mount the hidden volume 2. So then we're going to mount the volume using the mount command here, and in order to take a look at that mount partition. Then we're going to change directory to the mounted partition, and then we're going to type ls to view the contents of that partition. So let's go ahead and do that and get those commands entered in. So let's go at the first part in step A. Let's go to step B and make the directory on our mount point. And we're done with the make directory. Let's go ahead and run the mount command. Double check your spelling. As you can see, I made a typo there. So make sure that you check your spelling when you're going through these steps. So this is going to mount the hidden partition in the new directory. So let's change directory to this mount point. And now we successfully ran that CD change to that directory. So let's list the contents now. And now we can see the contents of this. We see that there's a second -3.txt file in this hidden file. So we're gonna finish our check marks here, leave the terminal window open for our next section, and we are going to confirm and check our work.